Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading for July 22nd through 28th, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask that you connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And this is the Eon, Judgment, Rebirth, Reawakening, the Baptism by Fire card. This is a fiery doorway, right? I feel like you're somebody who, you know that you're meant for great things, right? There's like this underlying certainty about you, that you know life is becoming something really out of this world, you know? And it's just a matter of kind of when that's going to happen, right? So there's almost this feeling of we're kind of waiting for something to develop, waiting for something to come about. I feel like there's a doorway in front of you right now. I feel like there's perhaps something available to you right now that we can take advantage of, that we can move forward toward or with, right? There's a doorway, I think, that maybe we're not seeing it. Maybe we're trying not to see it. But it's a life-changing doorway. This is almost as if there's something you know you need to do, you know, in order to bring about this truly amazing future. To really, it's a big shift. It's a big leveling up with this card. But it's a fiery doorway. Nobody wants to go through a doorway of fire, right? Because it's going to require that we leave some things behind, that we close the door on the past in order to accept our destiny, accept our future, right? So why are we lingering on this side of the doorway? Let's find out with some more cards here. Next card is the Hierophant. I almost feel as if there's something that you are still trying to accomplish here on this, let's say this side of the doorway. The Hierophant is a Taurus energy. We could be talking about a Taurus person. I feel as if you're being asked to stay somewhere, to help teach or to train. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe if you're on your way out of a job or something, you know, you're switching careers and you know that it's time for you to go. Maybe we're transitioning into retirement. Maybe this is going from school to career or career to, you know, what's after that. You're being asked to stick around to train the next generation, so to speak, you know. And maybe, well, we could look at it another way too, and that says, hey, on the other side of this doorway is you becoming that authority, that teacher, that master. But why are we lingering on this side of the doorway? Maybe we're not ready to become this master. Maybe there's some sort of self-doubt. Maybe there's some sort of worry, a little bit of anxiety that, okay, I'm going to have to step up into this role of, well, being the Hierophant, right? Being the one that is imparting the wisdom upon others. Okay, so it could be that we're not ready to leave this current situation, because once we do, the new path for us, the new future, the destiny that's unfolding, is you stepping up and being the authority here, being the one to teach others. So it's difficult transition to go from being the student to the teacher, you know. But there's a secret there, because I feel like even the teachers are still students. We never stop being a student, right? But maybe that's what it feels like. It feels like if you were to go through that fiery doorway, what you have to leave behind is childhood, our immaturity. We have to leave behind our old self. We have to leave behind the student, right? We have to leave behind Pisces, the student, in order to become Pisces, the teacher, the master. Okay. Let's keep going here with some more cards. Now we've got a lot of major arcana. This is a really big life event for you. This is huge. Okay, huge. This is weird, but are you wearing 2 different color socks right now? I feel like I'm seeing kind of one very professional looking sock and one very kind of eclectic and kind of crazy and fun sock, right? And maybe it's a metaphor for kind of having your foot in both worlds here. Because I don't feel as if, now we got the death card underneath everything. I don't feel as if this is that black and white, that because now we're going through this doorway, we're making this shift, this transition in life, right? Which could be a very human rite of passage, okay? Stepping into the next phase of our destiny. And it almost feels like we want to go claim our reward, but we're nervous about it, okay? Because of what we're going to have to leave behind. This is the death card that says we've got to release things in order for new things to come. You got your garage full of stuff. You got to throw some stuff away, sell some stuff, give it away, donate it in order to make room for the new toys, My wife and I, we tell our daughter that all the time. We've got a 4-year-old daughter. My wife does tea leaf readings. She's over at Ula Tea Leaf Readings. Go check out her work. It really is marvelous. But we have a 4-year-old daughter, and we say, okay, if you want to get new toys, we've got to do something with some of the old toys. So we ask her to go ahead and grab, take a grocery bag, and put a few toys in there that you want to donate, somewhere or give to some of your friends or something like that, And then she'll do that, and then we'll say, okay, now we can go get something new. And so it kind of feels with the death card here that maybe we're not really ready to do that. Or maybe we feel as if we have to give up so much of what's cherished to us, what we enjoy, what we're comfortable with, what we've loved, who we've been for years, in order to kind of step into this new version of ourselves. Feels like we're shedding skin, but we like the old skin. Yeah, we like it. So we got the death card underneath everything. And the death card really does talk about the larger cycles of life, those real rites of passage. Okay, all major arcana cards here, and all really talking about change, gradual change, and then the doorway. This is kind of the acceptance of change, and of course we've got the Hierophant, which is, I believe, your kind of new role in life, in your spiritual journey, in your life journey. But it also kind of represents the comfortability of what we've had before. Right, it's kind of the fixed thing. We're very identified with who we've been. And 9 of Wands back here. You've been a very strong person. You've had to endure a lot. You've had to suffer a lot. The 9 of Wands is a card of strength. We think of somebody who has just been like a ship that's just been knocked around at sea. And then we think of, like, let's say you're a captain, right? You're sailing a vessel. And your ship gets knocked around at sea, and the sails are shredded, and the hull is just broken, and the wood is just cracked and torn up. And you sail into the safe harbor, and then they want to give you a brand new ship. But you think, I've been through so much with the old ship. I don't want to leave the old ship, because it feels like then we're kind of losing that experience, losing that identity. Everything that we've been through, everything that we've suffered, all the struggles that we've been through. Now we're moving into this new phase of life, and it's kind of like this is going to start to become a distant memory, right? But the way this is presenting itself to me is that, yeah, you've suffered a lot. Go collect your reward for all of that. Take this thing, make this decision, go through that doorway, whatever this is for you. If it's something spiritual or religious, if it's something career, or job or financial kind of thing, if it is very practical, but it could be one of these major life kind of passages, transitions. It could be retirement, okay? It could be going from school or university now into the career field of your choice, Whatever this might be. High Priestess. A lot of major arcana. Now we're all the way up the middle here with major arcana. It really is a matter of following your intuition, following what Spirit is showing you. Spirit is kind of telling you, hey, pay attention. This is the waxing moon, the high priestess, right? The waxing moon. It's the widening spiritual aperture. It's the third eye slowly opening wider and wider and wider till it's like this, right? And it's letting in all the spiritual light. So you've got to pay attention. That's what this card is saying, that this spiritual light is growing and growing and growing. Eventually, it's just going to be shining right in your eyes. Like you can't ignore this forever. There's a growing psychic awareness that you're being kind of nudged. It's like you're being ushered into this new life, and Spirit saying, okay, come on, okay, hurry up. We got to go. Eventually it's going to be dragging you forward. So we've got to pay attention to that. I think Spirit is really calling you toward this new life, this new destiny. But we want to stay identified with the old version. Again, we're shedding our skin, but we like our old skin. 6 of Swords in the future position. We see the divine plan. And I think you can see on the other side of this doorway, especially with all that spiritual light that's coming into your lunar aperture, right, your third eye. I think you're able to see through the doorway and see the bigger picture, the bigger plan. The divine plan of the 6 of Swords. Also, this is the Hierophant now. You're realizing that you have what it takes to become this authority, this master, this, whether it's a spiritual thing or if it's, just kind of taking a promotion at work even, right? It doesn't have to be anything completely crazy. Very practical results of this too. It is a spiritual transition as much as it is a very earthy and practical transition. But you realize as you use your psychic vision, you can see the future, and you can realize that, you've got what it takes. You know your stuff. You have harmonized all of your experiences, all of your knowledge, all of your everything. And you are the Hierophant already. You just have to accept it and move into that role and begin functioning as the Hierophant. Okay? You already have what it takes. You know your stuff. Okay? I feel like you're somebody who has you have a very specific kind of morning routine, right? Like coffee or tea, stretching, yoga, like that sort of thing, right? You kind of have a whole regimen, I feel like, in the morning time. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. It's going to go over here with Alien, Simon Mork Ripley. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us our confirmation. If you have a prediction for the card, put it in the comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's free and it does support the channel, and I appreciate that. Also, small announcement, I finally have a Facebook, a TikTok, and an Instagram account. The links are in the video description. Be sure you follow these links. Okay? These are the only official pages. There are a lot of imposters. I don't have any content up right now. It may look like an empty page, but it's going to be filled up with content very soon, okay? So make sure you follow the links that are in the video description to make sure you get me and not some fake scammer page, because there are a lot of them. All right. So, general energy path of the Serpent, 4 of Swords. Your general energy is kind of one of, not really wanting to argue in a way, right? It's almost as if we can see the 6 of Swords in the future, but we just kind of, I don't know, there's a humbleness in you. There's a humility about you, I think, right now. Especially in terms of the way you kind of think about your life or think about yourself. It's almost as if you're going to miss a lot from back here. It's kind of, if you're going from being a student to being the teacher, you're going to miss the friends that you had as a student. You're going to miss that experience, of walking the halls and having your locker and eating in the cafeteria and having your friends and the little, activities and stuff. And then when you become that teacher, you can't do those things anymore. So there's a bit of a nostalgia even. You got the 4 of Swords here. There's just kind of a, and maybe this is a necessary part of it, where we just kind of have to have those memories and just think, yeah, those are Those are good memories. It's almost like we have to relive those experiences in our mind in order to crystallize them in our soul so that they are part of us and we are taking them with us. We can't do those things anymore, right? Teachers can't behave like students, right? So we have to kind of think about those things a little bit to crystallize them so that we can take them with us, right, in spirit. And so I feel like that maybe is what you're kind of, that's what you've been doing right now, right? Even if it maybe is not such a conscious thing. In the environment, we have 10 of Cups. We have really a satisfaction that is kind of overwhelming to you. It's a 10 of Cups. It is satiety. It is being so full that there is just not, we're at the buffet and we've eaten our fill of everything that we love, and I just can't even look at food anymore. I don't even want another bite. I don't even want to think about food. And you know, that's a pretty nice feeling sometimes, of course, unless you overdo it and then you get the tummy ache. But to have that fill of everything, I think is really a rare place. And I feel like this is kind of your reward, this intense satisfaction. But we're kind of reluctant. We're scared because we don't want to lose what we've had. We don't want to lose who we were. And I think so it's very important for us to crystallize those memories, those experiences. But then to proceed forward into the environment, you know, into this new path and claim your reward of this kind of ultimate satisfaction. Because I feel like this is something that you've always wanted. This is something that is a very positive thing. You know, it's very rewarding, very abundant, very satisfying and fulfilling. So why wouldn't you want it, you know? And I think there's part of it too that we almost don't want to enter into this phase of life because it just kind of means that we're getting older, you know, that we're getting to the end of the road, and that now maybe we're beginning a new role, a new phase of life that's going to have its own challenges and its own problems and stress and all that kind of stuff, which we'll see next, I'm sure. So we kind of are reluctant, you know. It's kind of the way I think people get a little bit nostalgic at birthdays, or a little bit, there's a somber tone to birthdays as you get older, I feel. And it's kind of like, it's just a reminder that, yeah, it's a celebration and it's something fantastic, but it also means that it's another year that is going to have its own challenges and its own stress. And it just means that I'm getting older now. And this, if I, you know, going into this next year, it means that I'm now older. And so there's a lot of mixed emotions there, but the further along we get to our path, the more we start to realize that at some point we're going to reach that sort of fulfillment that doesn't leave anything wanting. You know, the 10 of Cups is a very interesting card because sure, it's what we want, it's perfection. It is everything we want. But do we really want everything? You know? Because there's nothing left for us to go after. There's nothing left to strive for. It's kind of like this is all the work that you've been doing to get somewhere. Now that you're here, there's no more. Now you don't get the satisfaction of working hard to fill the cups. You see? So it almost feels, I don't think this is true, but it feels as if there's nothing left to strive for, that everything is full now. I don't have a purpose. I'm not doing anything now. I kind of don't have a use anymore, you know. But that's not the case. Let's see what the obstacle is. The obstacle is realizing the Princess of Pentacles. Princess of Pentacles, double earth energy. This is the card that represents the ongoing act of creation, right? This is really literally saying that even though we feel as if we're getting to the ultimate goal and then there's going to be nothing left to strive for, we're reminded that nature is always growing. Creation is not just, boom, created, done, I can retire. That's not how creation works. Creation is an ongoing, ever-living, eternal here and now moment, right? Nature is always growing, kind of decaying and being reborn, right? Dying, it's the death card. You know, things have to Things have to dissolve in order for more things to kind of congeal and grow and blossom, and then there's the decay. And I mean, just think of the life cycle of a flower, you know. So there is always more to do. There's always more life happening. Okay, and so this card in this position, really the difficulty is to realize that even though this is a major fulfillment, a major satisfaction, a major development or transition in your life, we can move the goalpost back. That there is still plenty of room, plenty of things for you to do, plenty of things for you to grow, and for you to be very useful in creating. Okay? So it's not the end. We realize that the 10 of Cups is never fully realized. We get to a 9, a 9.5, and then the goal moves back a little bit, and we have more distance to cover, more striving to do, more creation, more activity, right? More work, more drive, more hunger. There's more cups to fill, right? And then we just keep scooching back, and we keep making progress. And that's something that's difficult to realize, you know, especially when we're faced with this big opportunity, this big doorway. You know, it feels like on the other side, it's just the big celebration, but then it's like, you know, and so maybe this is a retirement situation for you. Maybe it feels as if retirement is sort of the end of the road, but it really is not. We're building new roads, right? The final outcome card is the Ace of Swords. It is the realization and the decision and the clarity, and I feel like it is the movement forward. This is peace of mind, right? This is clarity of mind and a peacefulness in your heart too. And I feel like this is also the beginning. So we've got a 10, we've got kind of an ending, right? A fulfillment, a satiety. We're full of food. Can't eat another thing. Well, trust me, in a few hours, you're going to be hungry again, you know? And that's the point here. And this is realizing that, hey, your life is just beginning, right? In this leveled up way, on this new plane of being. In this new realm, this new position, this new role, this new life, this new job, this new school, whatever. This new relationship, whatever it might be. And there will be challenges, there will be battles. You gotta build a whole new road, you know. And really, for some of you, this could be the transition from being single to being in a committed relationship. Right? We could be talking about a marriage, starting a family, that sort of thing. Well, then it's kind of like being tossed about at sea. All the struggle, all of this kind of stuff is done. And now it's just like, you know, now what? Now what's the plan? Now what's the purpose? Now what am I going to do with my energy? You know, you'll find something, okay? But this is really about your reward, and you've earned this. And you've been working toward this. Accept this, enjoy this, and figure out what it's leading to. There's always more work for you to do. Okay? Now, I think we ought to do the mystery card, but first let's do a Metatron Oracle card. Yeah. All right. There we go. Indigo, the mystery and mastery of life. The indigo. Very nice. The mystery, right? It's kind of like, it looks like somebody, all right, looking at a star. Yeah. Somebody looking at their star, looking at their destiny. It's kind of like we're a kid again and we're wondering, what is my life going to become? You know, it's as if with this Eon card that we are being reborn. We're being reborn into a new life. We're receiving a new set of plans, a new mission, right? A new kind of, a new phase of our destiny. So it almost feels as if we are a kid again, looking up at the star and thinking, gosh, I wonder who I'm going to be when I grow up. You know? So this isn't the end. This is the beginning of your path. This is the beginning of your life. Yeah. And if we can look at it that way, then we can see that star, of course, is the light coming into our antenna here. It is the light of the High Priestess. It's the light of the star energy, which maybe will be the mystery card. This is just the beginning. So gaze up at the stars and ask the question, what am I going to be when I grow up? Where is this path leading me? Why am I here now? Where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? Okay, this is just the beginning. Let's look at the mystery card. I'm thinking star card, obviously, that Aquarius energy. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Well, the Nine of Pentacles, an echo, go claim the reward. This is you've earned this. This is someone living lavish, right? This is somebody that loves the Ten of Cups, loves the banquet, loves the buffet, because you know you're going to be hungry again. And you get to feed all your friends, your family, your loved ones. You got your pets, your plants, your people. This is living the good life. This is living a very, very good life. Yeah. And there's more to it. This is this is a way of life. Right? This is a 9. It's a function. It's that, it's like back here with the striving and the hard work and the struggling, right? It's a process. It's a way of life. The 10 isn't really a way of life. The 10 feels like this is the end of life. This is the reward at the end and then game over. But this is reminding us that it's not game over. It's always being continued. It's a verb, right? Life is a verb. So this is a wonderful confirmation card. And now we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there is a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Pisces are on Thursdays. Bonus readings are on Sundays. Be sure to watch both. All right. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, does not cost anything. Don't forget to connect with me on those social media accounts down below. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.